Imagine the person you trust more than anyone, your family doctor, the one who checks your heart, listens to your fears, and promises to keep you safe. Now imagine discovering that the same doctor used that trust to hide one of the darkest criminal careers in modern history. This is the story of Harold Shipman, a quiet, polite, well-respected British doctor who became one of the most prolific killers the world has ever known. A man who didn't need weapons, disguises, or violence, because his power came from something far more dangerous: trust. Harold Shipman grew up in a normal working-class home in Nottingham, England. In school, he was quiet, disciplined, and determined. But something changed when he was a teenager. His mother became terminally ill, and during her final months, Harold sat by her side, watching doctors manage her pain with powerful medications. Those final moments left a deeper mark than anyone realized. Shipman wouldn't speak much about his mother again, but her death shaped the way he saw medicine and life itself. By his early 20s, he was in medical school, ready to build a career built on respect, or so people thought. During the 1970s and 80s, Shipman built a reputation as the ideal family doctor. He visited patients at home. He remembered names. He listened carefully. He seemed to care in a way most doctors didn't have time for. Patients trusted him. Colleagues praised him. Communities felt safe with him. But behind that calm exterior, Shipman was developing a dangerous habit, one that would nearly expose him decades earlier than anyone realized. He began abusing drugs, strong medications taken from the very place he worked. He was caught. He was fined. He went to rehab. And after that, he slipped quietly back into medical practice. No one imagined the storm that was coming. Shipman eventually opened his own practice in Hyde, near Manchester. Here, he became more than a doctor. He became a cornerstone of the community. Elderly patients adored him. Families recommended him. His schedule was always full, and that's what made him dangerous. Each day, patients visited him with colds, aches, and everyday concerns, and some of them would never leave his office alive. The pattern was subtle, too subtle for a busy world to notice. Patients Shipman saw alone often died suddenly. Call logs showed Shipman was often the last person to visit them. Death certificates listed natural causes, signed by him. Shipman didn't need to hide his actions, because the system trusted him completely. Some people wondered why so many of Shipman's patients died, but each time questions arose, Shipman had answers. Natural causes. She had a heart problem. He passed peacefully. She was very old. And because he was calm, confident, respected, people believed him. Even the families felt grateful that their loved ones passed peacefully with the doctor present. But there was one thing Shipman didn't expect: technology. In the 1990s, computers began replacing paper records, and Shipman, who was used to writing whatever he wanted, made mistakes entering digital data. Patterns became more noticeable. Timelines didn't match. Records looked edited. And suddenly, people were paying attention. One family changed everything. 81-year-old Kathleen Grundy was healthy, active, and well-loved. She volunteered, attended events, and lived a full life. Then suddenly, she passed away in her home. Shipman claimed it was natural, but days later, her family discovered something shocking: a new will typed by Shipman's office computer, leaving everything, her money, her house, her belongings, to him. It was clumsy, it was suspicious, and it was the crack investigators needed. When police examined the will, Shipman's forged signatures, and Kathleen's medical records, a disturbing truth emerged. She hadn't passed naturally. She had been killed. Police began digging through Shipman's past, and what they found was overwhelming, a pattern of sudden deaths spanning decades. Patients who were healthy the day before. Death certificates signed without proper examination. Medical records altered shortly before or after death. The deeper investigators looked, the more the numbers grew. Dozens of suspicious cases, then hundreds. Every file told a similar story. By the time police arrested Shipman, they believed he had committed far more crimes than anyone in British history. He remained calm, silent, and expressionless, as if nothing was unusual. He never confessed. He never explained. And he never apologized. Shipman was convicted for multiple deaths, but official inquiries later concluded the real number was likely over 200, possibly more. The most terrifying part wasn't just the number, it was the method. He didn't chase victims. He didn't stalk them. He didn't hide in shadows. He sat in a brightly lit office, smiled gently, and used the trust people offered him freely. He was the monster nobody feared, because nobody imagined a doctor could do such a thing. And that's what made Harold Shipman one of the most dangerous criminals in modern history. Harold Shipman changed the way the world sees medical trust. His story isn't just about crime, it's about vulnerability, about the danger of unchecked authority, about how even the most trusted people can hide the darkest secrets. If you want more true crime stories like this, subscribe to Stories of Criminal World, where we explore the real events that shaped our world.